In this video, I'm going to show you more than 10 options for fixing your start button and Cortana not working, search not working, basically the whole interface down by your taskbar not responding in Windows 10. So the very first and easiest solution that will work for many people is to press Control-Alt-Delete. Here I have a virtual machine, so I have to do it with a menu. But if you hold down Control Alt and tap Delete on your keyboard, you should get this menu here and just restart your machine. So, hit your power button and choose restart, and that may be all that you need to do. So try that first. It's the easiest thing, and hopefully that's as far as you need to go. Now there is another restart that you can try. So it's a bit more advanced, but it's almost as simple. And that's, we're going to go into safe mode and then restart again into normal mode. And that often fixes it. So let me show you how to do that. So you can click on start, and instead of just clicking on restart, hold down the shift key first on your keyboard and then click on restart. Okay, and then we'll wait for the troubleshooting menu to come up. So this is what you should see. You get to choose an option, choose troubleshoot, right? And then go into advanced options. And then you want to choose startup settings here. So this gives you a bit of a review over what you can do. One of them is enable safe mode, and that's what we're going to do. So now we're going to go ahead and restart. And then once you're here on this menu, you can choose number 4. So just press number 4 on your keyboard and let the system come up into safe mode. So when you arrive in safe mode, you'll see, safe mode in the corners, your background will be gone, the screen will probably be black, right? So you don't have to do anything in here, although if you want to do further troubleshooting in here, you may find that, you should find actually, that your start button is working in safe mode, right? So now all you should have to do, if this solution is going to work for you, is to, click start, hit power, and hit restart again. And with luck, when the computer comes back up, everything will be working. Now, if that did not work for you, go back into Control-Alt-Delete. Okay, this time choose the task manager. All right, and you'll probably see it looking like this. We want to click on more details in the lower left corner and probably maximize it so you can see things better. And then what you're going to do is you're going to scroll down and find Windows Explorer. All right, you're going to right click on Windows Explorer and choose Restart. Okay, you should see your taskbar disappear and rebuild, and hopefully you'll find that that kicks your start back into gear. Now, on another video I have on this topic, a user commented that on their MSI laptop, they had in their system tray something called Dragon Center. All right, and they said that they tried all kinds of solutions and nothing worked except when they went to Dragon Center. I don't actually have that here, but if you can find Dragon Center, either if you click on the little up arrow here, if you can find it in the additional icons there, or if you find it somewhere within your system tray, if you hover over the items, you may see a description. But if you can identify Dragon Center and then right click and close it, I mean, we're not getting that same menu here, but close Dragon Center and that may solve your problem. So let's try another method here. Let's go back into Control-Alt-Delete, open Task Manager, go to File, Run New Task, okay, and then you want to type in appwiz.cpl, okay, And if there's a little checkbox here that says run as administrator, check that box. But otherwise, if you're in this version of Windows that I have, of Windows 10, it will say that it's already going to be created with administrative privileges. So we're going to click OK, and that will bring up this Programs and Features window. Now what you want to do is click on View Installed Updates, and you'll see a list of recent updates on your system. Often these start menu issues are due to a recent update, so you can make sure that your updates are sorted by the date that they've been installed on. So here we can see the most recent ones are at the top, right? You can click there to reverse or activate that sorting. And basically, you can start uninstalling. You click on each update that you think you have suspicions of. Just do them in order from top to bottom and click uninstall. Now, I'm not telling you to uninstall all of them. What I would suggest is uninstall one at a time and then restart your system. It may prompt you to restart after you've uninstalled it, but if it doesn't, then once again, go and press Control-Alt-Delete and then restart from the power button in the lower right-hand corner. Now, keep those steps in mind with other possible solutions that I'll tell you in the future. When I tell you to restart, that's how you can always do it. Now, another method, go back into Control-Alt-Delete, open your task manager, okay, go File, Run New Task. Again, make sure if there's a checkbox to run as administrator to click on that, and type in explorer.exe. Click OK, and you should get your file explorer here. Okay, let me just resize that, we'll maximize it. Okay, so first thing you want to do is go to the View tab and make sure that Hidden Items is selected, because we're going to be dealing with a hidden folder here. Okay, so then you want to go to this PC and find your system drive, which is generally drive C, but whatever drive that Windows is installed on. And you're going to open up that drive, double clicking there. And you're going to go to the users folder, and then you're going to look for your username as a folder name here. Now, sometimes if you've changed your username, what you'll actually see is the original username. That doesn't change when you change your username. The folder gets created under whatever the initial name was, and it stays that name at the folder level. Okay, so you don't want the default, you don't want the public. If there's only one user, it'll be the other folder. Okay, but you should know your username. Jump in there. Okay, and you're going to go into App Data, and you're going to go into Local. And this folder here, Tile Data Layer, at a certain level of issue with your Start button not working, etc., this folder will be renameable. If things are working, and in this actual machine, this is just for demonstration purposes, the Start button is working, you won't be able to rename this folder. But if you try and it allows you to rename it, that may be all that you need to do. Restart and your Start button may be working again. So you're going to right click on that folder, choose rename, and then just say go to the end of it, for example, and put in a bunch of underscores and hit enter. Now nicely, it did let me do that even though the Start button is working here, but often if things are working, Cortana is activated, etc., that would not have happened. So now restart the machine as instructed before, and you may find that your Start button is working. Now, if none of those have worked, try clicking File, Run New Task, and typing in regedit. Again, make sure admin is selected. Click OK, and the registry editor will open. Okay, now probably you'll see something like this collapsed view when you go in. All right, and what you want to do here is go to HKey classes root. You're going to right click, and then you're going to click on permissions. Okay, now if you do not see all application packages here, you want to add it. All right, so let me just remove it so that it's not there, and then I'll show you. Actually, I can remove that too, some unknown account, but I'll show you how to add it in. All right, so we're going to click on add. Right, we're going to click on advanced, and then we're going to click on find now. Right, and then we can drag this little line between name and in folder there, so we can see all application packages. Select that and click OK. So you'll see it in the list here. Right, click OK, and now you'll see it where it should be, and give it full control. If it's already there, give it full control. Right, and then click OK. The setting will apply. It might take a minute or two, and then the box should disappear. Okay, now as instructed before, restart your machine, and hopefully that will fix your start button. Now you may be familiar with the idea of system restore, and most machines will periodically make a restore point, often just before updates, right? That kind of thing, or any other changes, major changes to the system. So let's once again go into Control-Alt-Delete, open up the Task Manager, File, Run New Task, and this time type in RSTRUI, just as you see it here. Again, make sure that the admin, every time we do anything here, make sure admin is checked if that's an option. Okay, and then click OK, and you'll get this system restore dialog. So we can click next, and we should see, if you have any, a selection of restore points. Now, if there's many restore points on your system, there may be a little checkbox down here that says show more restore points, that kind of thing. You may want to click on that. And essentially what you want to do is find a restore point for a time that the date and time are marked clearly on each one, for a time when your start button was working, right? Then you can click on that, click on next. It'll ask you to confirm, right? Then you're going to click on finish. It's going to tell you once started, it cannot be interrupted. You want to continue. You will say yes. And then it will go through the process of preparing to restore your system and restoring it. So this can take a little bit of time depending on the speed of your system. Sometimes this whole waiting area here can seem interminable, but be patient. Let it go through the system restore, and when the system restarts, hopefully the reversion that it's made to that earlier time has fixed your issue. So if system restore completed successfully, you should actually see a note to that effect. Sometimes, again, it can take time for that note to appear. So let your system reboot, and you might have to wait 5 or 10 minutes to see that message. And during that time, it can be working in the background, still doing some of the restoration, right? So my suggestion would be, patiently wait for this to come up, hopefully in a positive way, saying that it was successful. It'll tell you if it was not successful, and then begin to explore whether your start button, etc., is now working. Now there are also a few commands that you can run to check your system and try to clean things up and rebuild portions of it. So again, we're going to go into Control-Alt-Delete, jump into Task Manager, go File, Run New Task, and this time type in CMD. Again, make sure it's an admin, and click OK, and you'll get this lovely black box here. So first command, SFC, and put a space, / and then scan now, and hit enter. And this will do a system scan and check all of the core files on your system and make sure that they're the correct ones. They haven't been modified or corrupted in any way. Now this can take some time, of course. I'll pause the video until it's complete and we can see the results. Okay, so here are the results. In this case, it actually said it found some corrupt files and successfully repaired them. Hopefully, again, that's all that's needed. Restart your machine and maybe your start button will be fixed. Now, if that's not the case, go back into the command window as shown before. I'm just going to clear the screen here and type in the following command. Okay, by the way, these will be available in the description of the video for copying and pasting. You can just right click if you have it in your clipboard to paste it in. It's dism.exe space / online space / cleanup -image space / restore health. Okay, hit enter. And of course, wait for this command to run. Again, this can take some time, so be patient and wait for the results. Now, while this is running, you may notice that it reaches 100% and then the cursor stays at the end of the 100% flashing there. That does not mean that it's done. You need to wait for this prompt to come back. The C's, /Windows System 32 prompt is the general one that you would see. But this can take, depending on your system, anywhere from 15 to 30 minutes to run. So just be patient. If you see that cursor flashing there, give it some time. So here we have the completed run, and again, restart your system and hopefully your start button, Cortana, etc. is working properly. Now there's a third command that you can run, but this time not from the command window. Click on File, Run New Task, and this time type in PowerShell, make sure it's an admin process, and click OK. All right, you're going to wait for the prompt again, and then we're going to get this very ugly command. Again, we'll have it in the description there for reference. To paste in PowerShell, if you manage to get this command into your clipboard, right click, go to Edit, and then paste. So you're right clicking on the title bar here. So it's this get-appx package command, right? And then hit enter. Now the way that this runs, you'll notice, is in a very strange overlapping window mode. I don't even know what to call it, but it's ugly. Just wait for it to run. Don't worry about the red text. That's normal during this process. And once again, you're waiting for the final prompt to come up showing you that it's complete. So here we have that final prompt that we're looking for to show that the whole process is complete. And then you can close that PowerShell window and actually go press Control-Alt-Delete again and restart the machine. Hopefully that has fixed your issue. Now, in terms of being able to copy and paste from the description of this video while you're doing this kind of thing, it occurs to me that I can show you how to open up a browser, right, from here. So File, Run New Task, and then as we have it here, you can type in iexplore.exe, for example, for the old Internet Explorer. You can press OK and let that open up. All right, now it's going to give you an advertisement for Edge here if it's anything like what's happened here. But essentially, once you have the browser up, you can go to youtube.com and search for this video, right? So keep in mind that that process works for pretty much any application that you know the name of or that you can find. So if we go Run New Task, they have a Browse button here. So you can click on Browse, and if we drag this up here and grab the corner and pull it down, we get a bit more room. So for example, you can go to this PC and then go to your system disk, And then under Program Files or Program Files bracket x86, you'll find a list of all the software, or much of the software, most of the software that you have on your system, right? So say if we wanted to run Firefox, we go to Program Files x86, we could double click on Firefox there, double click on the firefox.exe file, right? Click OK, and then now we have Firefox running. So if you have other utilities or software that you just desperately need to get to or think may help to solve this issue for you, that's a great way to run those programs. Now, if none of these solutions have worked for you so far, we need to get into some more advanced and possibly destructive in certain ways solutions. Okay, so the first one I want to show you is to share a batch file that I found years ago with this situation. That was the only solution I could find for the particular system that I was working on. I tried all the available solutions at the time, and this is the only thing that worked. Now, the warning I would give with this is that for some people, it disables or corrupts their wireless, their Wi-Fi, so that they can no longer get online. I did have someone leave a comment in the below that video giving a proposed solution to that. So I'm going to show you what to do to run this script that was the last ditch and successful effort for me years ago. And then I'll show you what to do to possibly fix Wi-Fi if it, messes up your Wi-Fi. So we need to download a file. So let's first go File, Run New Task, and we'll do the iexplore.exe command to bring up Internet Explorer. Okay. So in the address bar, we want to paste the following address. If you can, well, we want to type it in anyway. So it's http:// click the number 4 this.info / and then the number 10, the word services, an underscore, the word default dot bat. Okay, so type that in and hit enter, and you should see, do you want to run or save this file? So we're going to not click save directly, we'll want to click the little arrow next to save and choose save as. Okay, so what we want to do is put it somewhere easy. So we're going to go to drive C, our system drive. We're going to make a new folder, and then I'm just going to give that folder a dash as a name. Okay, and hit enter. We're going to double click on the dash so that we're inside that folder, and then we're going to save that batch file. Okay, so now the batch file is on your system and we can run it, right? So we can close the browser, File, Run New Task, and then this time back to the CMD. Again, make sure you're an admin. Click OK. Okay, and then here, type C:, enter to make sure that you're on the drive, right? The correct drive. And then you're going to type in CD space and then a dash, or sorry, a backslash and then a dash, and hit enter. And that will bring you to that folder. Now you can type dir and you should see the name of the file that's been downloaded. That now that you see it, it's a handy reference. You want to type that name in. So 10 finally I could type 10 services underscore default dot bat. Okay, and then hit enter. And then it's going to give you this little starting in so many seconds bit. You can cancel by hitting the X if you get too nervous at this point. But then otherwise it's going to go through this whole bit here and then tell you done, reboot your PC now. Now hopefully that will have fixed your system. So let me close that in and show you if it did fix your system or if it did not. As I mentioned, you may have an issue with your Wi-Fi Hopefully the solution left by a user is useful. Go into Task Manager, File, Run New Task, type in services.msc and hit enter, and you'll get the service window here. And then we're going to scroll almost all the way down to the bottom, and you're looking for WLAN auto config, and you want to right click and start that service. Okay, and then hopefully that's all that's needed to bring your Wi-Fi back up to speed. And hopefully, of course, that has fixed your start button issue. Now, if it hasn't, the other options that I would suggest, and again, they're a bit more extreme, is either creating a new user on your computer, a new administrator, and switching to that account and then pulling your files from the corrupt account into that account. Because in the vast majority of cases, if you create a new user, the start button and everything will be working on that new user. There's a corruption in your user profile that's stopping it from working for you normally in your original profile, right? So there's that, or resetting your PC, basically reinstalling Windows, and you have the option to keep your data when you do that, but not much else. You'd have to reinstall all your other software like Microsoft Office or what have you. So let me show you how to create a new user. Okay, so we are going to go into File, Run New Task, and we're going to type in Explorer.exe. Again, make sure you're an admin, click OK. Okay, now here in your File Explorer, I've got it maximized here. It may not be when you start out, but maximize it for ease of visibility, etc. Go to this PC on the left-hand side. That will give you a computer tab at the top here. And on the computer tab, you'll see Open Settings. So you're going to click on Open Settings. Now you're going to go to Accounts, right? And you are going to go to Family and Other Users. You're going to click on Add Someone Else to this PC. Okay, and we don't want to do this bit. We want to say, I don't have this person's sign-in information. Okay, and then we want to click on Add a User without a Microsoft account, because what we're trying to do is create a local administrator account. So let's just call this new admin to be obvious about it, right? Don't bother with a password. Click Next, and you'll see the new account listed underneath. You want to click on that account, change the account type, and switch it from standard user to administrator, and then click OK. All right, so now you have created that new account. So we can close this window here and close that there. And then what we want to do is Control-Alt-Delete again. So press Control-Alt-Delete. And this time you want to choose Sign Out. So you're signing out of your original corrupted user profile. Okay, and you'll get to whatever screen you get to in terms of an image, etc. And when you click on that, you'll see the two usernames in the lower corner. So now you want to click on the new user, and then seeing that username there, you're going to click on Sign In. Now it's going to do some setup. It's going to, hello, make everything ready for you, etc. So just be patient. So now Microsoft's going to ask you a bunch of, I suppose, privacy type questions, right? Do you want online speech? I just generally turn all this stuff off. So location I do keep on because that's useful for maps and all that kind of thing. But otherwise, just say no, basic, right? Forget about all this stuff that they want to track you, You're going to go through. Okay, so that's MSN open for some reason. All right, so, it says it's adding new features. How fun. All right, but in this account, you should now have a working start menu, etc. So the idea here would be, if nothing else has worked to get your start button working on the other account, you can now move your files over from that account into this new one. So let's go ahead and show you how to do that. You're going to click on File Explorer. Okay, you're going to expand that. Maybe pull this over to give yourself a bit more room. I would suggest clicking on View Navigation Pane and clicking on Expand to Open Folder. So now when we go to this PC, local disk here, drive C, whatever your system drive is, right? You're going to the users folder. So you should now in the users folder see the new admin and the owner, which is, well, it won't say owner for you, whatever your old username was, right? So those are expandable, both of them on the left, right? So what you want to do is, here's documents empty, right, for the new admin. Now this is pretty much also empty. I don't really have many files here in this virtual machine. It's just more for making these videos, but we do have this unique folder, custom office templates, right? So what you're going to do is you're going to say click on any one of the files there, press Control A to select all, right? And then you want to just drag those over to the same, so your documents folder here, drag it over to the documents folder in the new user, right? And then just basically do that for each one. You know, if you want to transfer your downloads, your favorites, your music, etc., drag them over, and then they'll be available to you when you click on, well, say if we right click here, no, I should say click here, and then you got pictures and documents. If I click on documents here, it's going to go to that document folder with the transferred files, right? So that moves your files over, the ones you've created, etc. Unfortunately, creating a new user like this doesn't easily allow you to transfer over things like mail settings, etc. So say if you have Outlook set up on the one user, it's not going to transfer all of your email over, right? That's outside the scope of this quick video, but that's the kind of thing that you're going to be struggling with if you have to create a new user. But at least you know that all things being normal in this situation and just the start button being your issue, all your data is there on the machine, and if you have to, hire a nerd to help you move everything over into the new account. Now the final and massively destructive but possibly best solution for you, if nothing else works, is to reset the PC. Okay, so again, we're going to go into Control-Alt-Delete, right? And we're going to go to Power, and holding down the Shift key, you're going to click on Restart. Okay, and we'll wait for the troubleshooting menu to come up. So you're going to click on Troubleshoot, and then you're going to click on Reset this PC. So you get two choices. You can keep your files or you can remove everything. If you're one of those rare and exceptional people who really don't keep anything on their computer and don't care if they lose everything that's there, I would suggest go ahead and remove everything. Then you'll get a completely fresh system, right? But of course, if you have anything at all that you want to save, even if it's just a handful of pictures, go ahead and choose the Keep My Files option, right? So you're going to click on that. The system's going to restart, and it's going to go through, of course, the whole process of resetting your machine. So your files will be kept in terms of pictures, documents, stuff on your desktop, that kind of thing, right? You have to authorize this change, right? So, choose one of the accounts, and you need to enter a password if you have one. That doesn't have one. I would suggest actually I did just choose the new account, but if you're resetting the PC and you want it to keep your data, just to be 100% sure that it's keeping data from the correct account. Not that I think it should delete any data from any user account, but just choose your original account and authorize through that one, right? So it's giving us you the warning, of course, that it will remove all apps and programs that didn't come with the PC, change settings back to their defaults, and reinstall Windows without removing your personal files, right? So you go ahead and hit reset, and it's going to go through the process. So you'll have a bunch of stuff to reinstall, almost certainly games that you've chosen. You'll have to reset your settings, etc. But if this is all you can do to get your machine working, it is a final and somewhat destructive, but almost certainly going to be successful solution, right? And that's it. Hopefully, among all of those possible options to fixing your start menu, you have found a solution. Please comment and let us know what was successful for you. If anything, hopefully something certainly was. And thank you very much for watching.